Now at this point, we need our calculators in order to complete the work. Okay, remember that there's only two types of calculators that you can use, the TI-30XA and the TI-30X2S. So those are the only two ones that I'll address, since those are the only two ones you can use on your exam. Now recall earlier in this lessons, we talked about the log base 10, and the log base 10 of 100 was 2, and the reason that it was is because if we took 10 to the second power, we would get 100. But now I'm changing the game a little bit. What if I asked you the log base 10 of 75? Well, we would say 10 to what power is 75? Well, you'll think about it for a second. 10 to the 1 is 10, and 10 to the 2 is 100. So there's not a whole number that would give you 75. So what you know is that that exponent has to be between 1 and 2. So if I ask you the log of 75, you'll notice right here that there's no base. If there's no base, it's understood to be 10. So if I ask you the log of 75, you are just calculating the exponent. And we have to do that with our calculator. Okay, so I'm asking you to evaluate to 4 decimal places. Let me flip back for a second. I will be asking you to calculate to 4 decimal places. Let's go ahead and figure this one out. Whoops, sorry about that. So your directions will be written on the next page a little bit. Let me start back over. Your directions will be written on the next page. Let's go ahead and solve this one, and then you'll see the formal declaration of directions on the second page. Okay, so if you have the TI-30XA, what you're going to do is you hit 75, and then you hit the log key, but it's the log key that says LOG. And when you do that, you get 1.875061263. But I'm going to ask you to round to 4 decimal places. So 4 decimal places would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to round here. This 6 is bigger than 5, so that means this one rounds up. So I'm going to get 1.8751, and that's going to be my answer. Now, if you have the TI-30X2S, 1.8751 is still your answer, but the way that you work that one is you actually hit the log key first. So look on your calculator and hit log. It's on the left side at the top. Parentheses open. So at this point, your calculator for this type says log and parentheses open. So I want you to enter your 75 and close your parenthesis. Then hit enter. When you hit enter, you get 1.875061263, and then you can round up from there. Okay, so let's try some more of these. Okay, I'm going to start with the TI-30XA. That's what I'm going to start with. So for this calculator, the TI-30XA, we're going to enter 1213 and then hit the log key. And so what we get from that one is 3.083 and round that next one up to 9. That would be our answer. Staying with this calculator, I'm going to do the log of 23. So you hit 23 and then you hit your log key, which would give you 1.3617. That 7 does not round up since 2 is smaller than 5. The next thing that you see is the natural log. So we're going to work it the same way, except we hit the LN key. So notice here that we're changing gears. We're going to hit LN. So we're going to say 75, put your number first, hit LN, and you get 4.3175. The last one's the natural log of 17. You hit 17 first and then the natural log, and you get 2.8332. Okay, now let's go back over these with the TI30X2S. So if you have the TI30X2S, you enter the numbers differently. So with the TI30X2S, you start with the log. So going back to the top one, the first thing you'll do is you'll type in log by hitting the LOG key, So you'll hit the LOG key, parentheses open, you'll hit 1213, close your parentheses, and equals 3.0386, which rounds up. The next one, you'll hit your LOG key, 23, close your parentheses, equals 1.3617. It does not round up. Now, the next one, you're going to hit your natural log key. Well, natural log is right below the LOG key. So hit your natural log key, hit your 75, close your parentheses, and you get 4.3174, which rounds up to 5. And for the last one, you hit your natural log, hit 17, close your parentheses, 2.8332. Okay, so that's how you would do those. If you need help with your calculator, feel free to call me and I can step you through it by the phone. Remember, these are the only 2 calculator types that are allowed on your online exam. The last thing that you have is using inverse properties to simplify. Now, what you have to remember is that the ln is the same thing as log base e. So the ln has every same property as the log, except it just has base e. So for this first one, you can think about it this way. It would be log base e, because that's what natural log means, of e to the 32x. Well, I know that if I have a log base e and an e, they cancel each other out, and so that would give me 32x. So ln and e cancel each other out. Now it also works the other way. If you have an e to the ln power, that also crosses out and just leaves you with the square root of x. And that's how that one would look. E and ln cancel one another out.